So what I would like to demonstrate also is the distance from my body. And I strap it again with a couple of rubber bands on both sides so it doesn't fall out by accident. And I like to turn on the flash. That way I can make sure that it works. I can adjust the tilt. Now I want to film forward. I can adjust the tilt and adjust the stress on the neck by I have an adjustable stopper at the back that can tighten up and loosen the neck string. So when I want it to be standing upright and not moving, I can tighten up the neck string. And now I would like to start recording. I press the record button, select full screen, and then copy the video file name that MSN Recorder Max created to the clipboard buffer, then click record. And now that it records, I want to place it at the top there or in the bottom, somewhere where it's out of the way. Now I go back to my notepad and I'm going to insert the video file name into the text file name with Control V and space. And now I'm going to save the entire document on the hard drive. So I mark it with a cursor slowly, then edit, then copy to the clipboard buffer, then file, save as, and paste the new file name over the file name field and override the older one with yesterday's date. Control V to paste the new one, and now click the save button. Save. Now I want to edit as a comment to Pessar Problem Step Recorder. So I click Add Comment. In the meantime, my 360 went to sleep. And now I press record again and hope that it will start recording, which it does. So then I'll turn it to the computer as I'm clicking Add Comment. Then I paste the new file name onto the Pessar Problem Step Recorder executable and enter. And then OK. And then I start a new clip. On the webcam. At this point is the big test. I want to take this new contraption with a clip, binder clip, and mount it on my forehead and see if the trajectory will improve. I also tied it up with a black strap, and now I have to turn it on as I'm looking at the back. First of all, I turn it on. I'm pressing it. Hope that it will turn on. And it did. So it says ready to capture. It's a little hard to see, but you can see in the front that there's a solid blue light. So one more click and it will start recording. And I got a shake and I see 0, which means that the cursor is at 0 position. At this point, I need to tighten up the string. I want also to tighten up while it's on my head. So for that reason, I want to move it a little bit, slide it a little bit so it is close to my hand, where I can grip one part of it as I'm pulling the other part. That doesn't work. How can I pull them apart? Okay, that's how I had to do it. So let me see if I can wrap it around my head. First of all, it can fit on the chest like this. So I can tighten it up on my chest a little. This way it has a resting point. Let's see if it is too tight by now. And now I have to put it in the back. Then I'll figure out the sequence here. Sequence that I need to use, so it would be better to put it in the center. Not the way I did it. Put that in the back. So I can use two hands. Once I get to a reasonable state, I can pull it out with my two hands and adjust the stress. That is a bit of a challenge to do it right. I have to hold down the two sliders and get it to where it is the right amount of stress so it fits tightly on my head, because the string is much too long. Might have been better to do it at the beginning without having the weight of the camera on my head, but you can see the struggle that I'm having because I didn't quite plan it properly. That is good to document all the struggles that I encounter due to poor planning. I have to move it a little bit. Sometimes it may be good to have another person help you deal with this. And deal with it before you put the camera on. It's a little confusing because everything is backwards here. Don't know that I get it well enough. I'm not sure. Now to tighten it up in the front. Now I'm ready to go outside and do a little chore to see whether it is that in the center of my face. I'm not sure. I hope that it is. And I hope that it's not too crooked. So now I'm going to stop these recordings. First of all, I'll stop the 360. Stop recording first. And then power it down. Then stop the webcam, then play it back. Let's see if there is audio here on the webcam. So this is working fine. At this point is the big test. So I want to take this, shut that down. Now I want to stop recording on the MSN recorder. No, I don't want to upload it. But I want to play it back to make sure that the audio works. And now that it records,
and it
I want
works.
to place it at the...
Then I want to stop Pissar and save it. Stop Pissar, save it, paste the file name. This is with the log path, and I want to change it from the log path to the pissar.exe path. So I copy the pissar.exe path, and I'm planning to override the log path. I think that the day is wrong, so I'm going to correct it too while I'm doing that. I noticed that there's some problems here. Let's navigate to the very end and correct. Control V to paste. Then the day of the week is not Tuesday, it is Wednesday. No. WE for Wednesday period, and the time of the day is 3:03 p.m. I'm going to put in here 3 point, at the wrong time, 3:03 p.m. Okay. Now I got a complete file name. I'm reviewing it, I'm copying to the clipboard buffer. And now I click save. Now I want to see additional details. I click on the additional details and scroll up to see this was 33 steps. As I start a new recording, I add a comment with the previous file name with Control V and paste, and then enter, and then OK, and then go back to the very top and put in the correct file name. Edit, paste, and now a bunch of enters to indicate that this is a new day, and save again. At this point, I'm ready to go outside to see if I can prepare a bag with the various chlorine containers and place it in the car. Plus, to protect myself from the sun, I'm going to wear this hat with the Wismore Biz messaging. So I want to see how it looks. So I'll turn on the camera again. Full size. Turn on the light again. Make sure it is blinking. And you can see how the camera, I pulled it down a little bit so it's pretty much on my nose. But at this point it is a PAV camera rather than the regular way that it is. And I want to flip a little bit the under brim and make another little clip. So one clip here and another clip with MSN Recorder Max. Start a new clip, full screen. Copy the file name to my notes, to the clipboard buffer first, and record. And I'm going to make it a bit smaller edit, paste, and add a comment in Psar, and paste the file name in Psar, paste, and OK. Now notice that this webcam stopped, and now I'm going to stop the recording, save the recording, take the previous file name, add to it the new video file name right before the previous file name. Control V to paste, space, space. Now I'm going to put the current time so we can see the range of time. Now it is 3:08, so 3:08 p.m. Okay, I'm going to give it a subscript of A. I'll record it also with the 360 camera. Now turn the camera around to the document. What else did I need to put a subscript of A after the year? So it reads A, sub A. And now I need to add to it the psar.txt, copy to the clipboard buffer, and then insert it in front. One other thing that I forgot to do, Control V and backslash, is to insert the .zp, an indication that that is a zip type of file. Okay, now I'm reviewing everything. Copy to the clipboard buffer and save. Now I want to look at additional details before I continue to see, review additional details to see how many screenshots I have. 28 as I'm starting a new recording, and I'm adding a comment with the previous file name. Now I paste Control V, the previous file name, and a couple of enters, and OK. And then it stopped. So I'm going to start it yet again. Control V, another copy of Psar, and then file save. So now I finished everything. I'm ready to go outside, and I'm ready to stop the recording and test them. First I stop the webcam and play it back. And it is perfect. I'm closing it. Then stop MSN Recorder Max. No, I don't want to upload it, but I want to play it back. I'm going to, that is fine. And now I edit, paste the last file name, and file save. Now I'm ready to go out. I'm going to turn off my 360, stop the recording, and then stop the power it down. And now I'm going to go out to pour the chlorine and pack the bottles. And then I'll put them in the front of the house. Now I want to record downwards,
So I'm going to pull the phone downwards so the viewer can see the condition of the pool, how green the water is. For that reason I need to extend a little bit the neck strap. It's a little bit more distant from my body. Now you see that it is pretty green, and I no longer need the flash since the light is very bright. Okay, so now I'm going to take the chlorine bottle, notice I'm bending down and the phone does not fall out of my lanyard. I'm going to pour this over the pool. Around the pool. Now I'm going to put them all together into the container, the plastic bag here. Hopefully it'll be large enough to contain everything. I'm going to put half a dozen of them right in here. 1, 2, 3. Four. 5. 6. That was ready to go. Until it tied the top. Little handle here. This. Want to check how many bottles I have here. 2 bottles, which should be enough for a while. Now I'm going to go to the other side. can pull it up a little bit. So it is filming the front rather than the ground. Make sure I don't forget it. I'm going to put it right on top here. That's it. Now I can turn the flash on so I can see where I'm going. Now I'm back. I'm going to turn back the lights and shut down this operation here. Start recording from the 360, then start recording from the MSN Recorder Max. Copy. Actually, I have to stop right now to go to the restroom.